What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. We just broke down every single game on the NFL card starring Rob Bebenek, special guest, the whale capper. If you want to watch the whole video, it is exclusively on odds.com. Just hit the link on the bottom of the screen. It will take you right there. Jets Chargers is next up. Jets Chargers. This is a very interesting game. Let me move back over to full game spreads and totals here. Jets Chargers, this total sitting at 47. Chargers open up as 10-point favorites at Bet365, although it was a plus 105. And then they move now to 8.5-point favorites, 8.5 or 9. Jets come in off their bye week. We last saw them lose their 9th straight game to start the year, 30-27 on the Monday nighter 8 days ago. Darnold has been ruled out. Darnold has been ruled out with his shoulder injury. So we get another look at Joe Flacco. Flacco had his best game in years. 18-25 for 262 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And I don't know what to do with them. There'd be some guys who have a game like that out of nowhere, and I'd be like, oh, that's not going to happen again. But Flacco is a little different because he was there for an extended period of time, and he's got playmakers at wide receiver. And Perryman is so good. Like, I don't know what to do with him. Perryman, 5 passes he caught for 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. Frank Gore ran 12 times for 46 yards. LaMichael Pirine, 6 runs for 19 yards. They couldn't get a lot done on the ground. But the Jets had only 1 3-and-out all game in that 30-27 loss. Mekhi Becton, they thought that could be a pectoral injury he's done for the year. That's what Gase thought on the sidelines. Obviously, Gase does everything. Every thought he has is generally wrong. So, of course, Becton's good to go. Cornerback Brian Poole was also ruled out at halftime, injured knee. He's listed as questionable. Pat Alfine put on injured reserve, their guard. Quinnen Williams, we're still waiting to know what if he's going to play. Linebacker Blake Cashman, wide receiver Vincent Smith, place kicker Sam Fickner, all listed as questionable. Let's start with the Jets, Bebsie. Do they have a chance here against these Chargers?
A chance to cover? Sure. I don't think they have a chance to win. I still think as bad as this Chargers record has been, they haven't been atrocious. Their coaching has been bad, as we've mentioned many a time. But for me, it's like I talked to you about this before we started the show. The way I'm looking at this is I can't take the Jets, but it's too many points to take the Chargers. Now, I've seen money come pouring in on the Jets in this, so I want to see if this gets bet down a little further, and then I might jump on the Chargers. Flipper 13, I reluctantly teased down the Chargers. Yeah, I could get behind that because that's basically what I'm saying here is I'll take the Chargers if this line keeps going down a bit, but I can't jump on them. I think it opened at 10 or 10.5. And that's too many points, even with how bad this Jets team is. So, yeah, the Jets are going to lose this game. They're that bad. But the cover is certainly a possibility. And somebody in the chat mentioned this, and I think this is worth pointing out because it's something I'm going to be looking at later in the week, and that's the Herbert pass yards. I think that could be an easy hit come Sunday, so something worth looking at.
It is something worth looking at. Herbert pass yards. Let's talk about Herbert coming off his worst game of the year. 3rd straight loss for the Chargers, 29-21 at Miami. We just talked about the Dolphins, so Herbert was uncomfortable with the pass rush. He was throwing too early. He only got sacked twice, but 1 pick, and he was just not comfortable. He ended up 28-32 for a season low, 187 yards, 2 TDs, 1 interception. Keenan Allen was their leading receiver with just 3 catches for 39 yards. They put up a season low, 273 yards. They've been without Austin Eckler since week 4 after he suffered a hyperextended knee and hamstring injury, which forced him to be placed on injured reserve. He's supposed to return in week 11, but if you follow his social media, which I don't, but I do study these games, so I come across his social media exploits, and there's clips of him running and looking really good. So there's a thought that he may be back for this weekend. There's a lot of people talking about him being back. Kalen Ballage looked good. He ran 18 times for 68 yards. That wasn't great, but he did catch a few passes. I don't have the stats in front of me, but for about 35 or 40 yards. If Eckler's back, the odds will change immediately. Is there anything that you want to make official here, Bebsie?
No, not yet. Again, it's something I might circle back around to on Sunday. I want to see where this action goes. If it goes up, if Eckler and now they're playing, it goes up, I'm just going to stay off entirely. But I mean, is this the battle of the two worst coaches in the NFL? Is that what we're looking at?
That's what we're looking at.
Gase versus Anthony Lynn. Neither of these men should be employed in the offseason. So, yeah, this is a battle of who coaches worse, I think, and I got to give Anthony Lynn the slight edge in the battle of the boneheads here. Maybe we can get that trending.
I like the Herbert pass yards prop. I think is a really interesting look, and I think he does step up. Ski says, "Do not take my team, Jimmy. Save your money." I'm not going to take the Chargers.
Early prediction: Jets get the number 1 overall pick and draft Trask.
Ooh, Trask for number 1 overall over Lawrence. I'm alive in my survivor pool. There's 8% of teams left because there's been no real major upsets. Since there was in the first week, but after that, it's just been kind of simple. And it's between these two games. So I have the Chargers still available, and I have our next game, the Vikings, still available. So let's go into it. For me, there's no move because if the Chargers threw down, okay, Bosa is the big thing, right? I mean, I can't believe I didn't even have me in my notes. If Bosa's back, then the Chargers could throw down. Still, I probably don't take them. But
yeah, again, it's too many points to give a team that has not played well, and it's why I love seeing that money pouring in on the Jets, hoping that it might drop a little more. But we'll see. We'll see come Sunday if it's worth playing. Right now, it's one to watch. But if there is a bet in this game right now, I agree with whoever said it in the chat. I can't remember now, but I think the Herbert pass yards prop is very much in play.
And if I give you a free $500 bet right now on the total at 47, do you go over or under?
I don't know.
No, it's fine. I mean, if it's not as simple.
No, I mean, even with playing with somebody else's money, I guess I throw over and hope for them to be able to get something going. Like you said, there are weapons on the Jets, like Perryman, and I think Mims has some skill too. Like we waited a while to see him, and he's been pretty decent. So yeah, I free play. I guess sure the over, but with zero confidence.
If I had a free play at this point, I would take the under. Now I'd be praying that Bosa came back.